Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate one way to clear the 4th challenge battle of the Gacha Love Deliver event, Spinster Goddess. So for a quick explanation of this battle, first, the Spinster Goddess does magic damage. So having Luna, who reduces magic damage by 30%, is going to be very useful for Aura. The key points to note is she has 3 skills and she's going to move between them turn by turn because they have 2 turn cooldowns. So after the first 3 turns, you know exactly what she's going to do. She may use Weep, Impending Rage, and Denounce. About each of these skills. Weep is a 4 block, 4 span AoE skill. It does 0.8 times AoE damage and will afflict characters that are hit by it with the Heartbroken effect. And Heartbroken increases damage taken by 7% and can be stacked. Upon reaching 4 stacks, you will lose 50% of your max hit points at the end of your turn. And then once you lose that 50%, all the Heartbroken stacks are removed. The second skill, Impending Rage, applies a debuff on you that will cause you to have 8 extra mobility for 2 turns, but will summon a Heart of Rage. These Heart of Rages are basically unkillable, and they have a 2-span AoE. So what's annoying about them is if Heart of Rages are within 2 blocks of each other, they have a 3-span AoE, so their span increases by 1. So you need to make sure the Heart of Rages are placed away from each other. That's pretty much it. That's why they give you that 8 mobility. And it is a bit of a stat check because the character that gets affected by it needs to move away and it needs to survive that AoE. So there is that stat check there. And then the final thing is the Denounce skill. Denounce does 1.8 times damage and afflicts a character with Foul Mood. And Foul Mood's effect is after taking action, you get 1 extra stack of Heartbroken, and this Foul Mood can also infect friendly units within 2 blocks of you. And it lasts 2 turns. Cannot be dispelled, ignores immunity. So the easiest way to deal with that is to have a character who will always take the Foul Mood hits and be away from the other characters. Okay. Finally, the Heartbroken status debuffs can be removed by standing next to a crystal. I think that's located here. I'm going to do a strategy that doesn't even need to use it because I'm going to kill the Spinster fast enough. Alright, so that pretty much covers everything about the way this battle works. The final thing is the skills to bring on, let's say, Liana. I'm going to bring Act Again, Gospel, and Prayer just in case I need it. Because if I get Foul Mooded, or if I take the fixed damage, I'm going to probably want to Prayer up to heal Yulia. But other than that, I think my characters are pretty much set. In order to make this battle more efficient, I'm going to reduce the defense and magic defense of the Spinster Goddess with Lana and Leon, respectively. So Leon has Smash for 20% damage defense reduction, and Lana has Magic Defense Intimidate for 20% magic defense reduction. So that will help my other characters like Luna and Yulia do additional damage. So that pretty much sums it up. Let's begin the battle at this point. And here we go. And this is the crystal that I mentioned that removes the Heartbroken status. So to begin, I'm going to want to just buff up my characters a bunch. So why don't I start with Luna, just faction buffing here. And she'll King's Crown buff Yulia for now. Alright. So then I'm going to have Leon just Chivalry up and Smash the Spinster. And then probably back off. And then I might as well. Let's see. I might as well attack Blessing, I think. Lana. And then have Lana Dark Reaper strike Spinster as well. Alright. And then Yulia is going to jump in with a Discipline attack. Now, with this setup, what's going to happen is that Yulia is the closest melee range attacker. meaning that Spinster will be locked on to use Denounce on Yulia. So finally, why don't I just act again Leon and have him attack one more time. And have him move back. So there we go. So now Jessica uses Sweep and it hits Yulia, Lana, and Liana. But the other characters are out of range because they're not within 4 blocks. Okay, so why don't I start here with, let's say, let's have Luna win God Realm and strike and then retreat. And I'm going to have Tiaris just run over and I'm just going to try to miracle up as many characters as I can. Maybe I'm going to Gospel up first. So let's just Gospel Leon to start. And heal a little bit there. I'm going to have Tiaris then. Let's see, if Tiaris moves up, Miracle unfortunately does not affect everyone. What if I Miracle like this? It does. So let's just have Tiaris Miracle here. Alright, so now let's have Lana start with Dark Reaper. Since it clocked, I'm gonna use it. Alright, and then Yulia is going to Godly Menace Strike. And finally, Leon is going to jump in and move back. And she uses Impending Rage. And it affects a random target. In this case, it affected my Luna. Alright, fair enough. So I know that next turn she's going to use Denounce, which is going to hit Yulia. So I'm not going to use Discipline, because I need to use Discipline whenever she uses Weep. Because when she uses Weep, it's probably going to target where Luna is, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles if Yulia is staying here. But if Yulia attacks from here, she's 5 tiles away, so she won't be in the AoE range. Right. So why don't I just place Luna far away from down? Because since she got denounced. So that drops that Heart of Rage. The unkillable Heart of Rage, because they take significantly reduced damage. Immune to fixed damage and affects that silence, active, and passive skills. So you can't disable it, but it's impossible to kill. And of course, the Heart of Rages, if there are other Hearts of Rage within 2 blocks, each one increases your skill range by 1 and increases all damage up by 15%. So that's why I placed it far away. Alright, so with that done, let's continue to attack. So we'll start with Lana. Applying the debuffs. Let's have Leon. Actually, I don't think he has Healing Light yet, so maybe I'll just move Tiaris first. There we go. So then let's have Leon strike and retreat. Yulia is going to wait, as I mentioned, so she's just going to melee attack here. And Liana could also range attack, so why not? Might as well add that 8,000 damage. And Yulia is going to fight against the Spinster Goddess and do a good amount of damage to it. So Luna takes the AoE hit, and now she's ready to march back. So I know that she's gonna AoE with Weep. Why don't I just start with Luna charging down and faction buffing? Wait a second. Wait. Nope, I need to use up the attack first. So let's have Yulia strike first. And heal up my Luna. Then I'm going to have Lana strike. Then I'm going to have Luna come down. Infection buff. Leon is ready to chivalry and attack. So let's do it. Chivalry. Melee attack. And retreat. I can act again. And I might as well, because there's no reason not to. Leon is going to jump in with a smash strike this time. And back off. And finally, I'm going to, once again, just attack Blessing Lana. And get hit by the AoE, but everyone is either in Luna's magic damage reduction effect, or they have Shrine Maidens like Lana does. So everyone's okay. Right. So I'm going to want to kill off the two lesser imps, because the imps will summon friendly units within 7 blocks to your side. So it summons these Hearts of Rages and whatnot. So it's not really worth leaving them alive. So why don't I start with a mass heal here? And I'll have Yulia kill off one and heal up the characters on this side a bit more. Now, Lana is going to Dark Reaper. And then I need to decide on who kills off that lesser imp. Well, why don't I... It's a choice between Leon and Luna, really. Why don't I just gospel up Leon for now, and like, take a look. 1577, 1913. So let's just have Leon attack then. There was such a stat difference, so it was pretty obvious. Alright, and let's have Luna strike and retreat. And Impending Rage. So this time it affects 2 characters, which is Leon and Yulia. Alright. So I am just going to have Yulia move back then. The annoying thing is she has denounced this turn. So I'm gonna have to decide who will get denounced. Well, let's have Leon strike first, and then run south, and drop that Heart of Rage. I guess I'm going to have to drop this one, like over here. And then focus on healing her up? No, I can't. Okay, I'm going to have to change my plan here, because this was annoying. So I'm going to probably have to have Luna get hit by the Spinster Goddess in this case. So let's have Luna just melee attack here. And then turn. I'm going to have Yulia. Run up and drop that. I'm going to have Lana pre-strike attack here. And then Tiaris will end turn, as will Tiaris. Alright, so Flames of Fury. Flames of Fury. Let's continue. So, now that Luna has that effect, I'm going to have her attack like this and then move away from the others. But first, I think I'm going to have Leon Chivalry and Smash. Oh, Spinster is gonna AoE. Not good. So what if I have Luna Wind God Realm first? Then I'm going to need to activate Perfection buff. Like this. Actually, this should work out okay. Because that used up her 2 turns, so it removed the effect. So now I can act again her, so that she can be close to the other characters again. So let's have Luna strike. Maybe I'll leave her here. And I'm going to have maybe Yulia Discipline attack. And finally, Lana will range strike. And maybe I'll just place Tiaris over here and attack Blessing. The whole point of this is so that she will not, she'll use Weep like this. Instead of weeping on Luna, she chose to weep further away. So that way Yulia stays healthy and can fight off those 2 gargoyles. That was actually really annoying. More annoying than I expected. Alright, so let's miracle up here. Actually, miracle after. Let's have Luna Crush on Lesser Imp to start and heal. Let's have Leon Crush the other Lesser Imp and move back. Let's have Miracle be casted now. So now Lana, Dark Reaper, Luna, melee strike, and retreats. Oh. She got 4 of those debuffs, so she lost half her health. She's at 50%. So now let's have Liana just Gospel Leon and Talent Heal my Luna. And Impending Rage once more. 3 characters are affected this time, but you know what? I can kill Spinster Goddess this turn, so I'm not gonna care. I'm just gonna go for the kill. So Yulia to strike in melee range to start. Actually, I should have Lana struck too first. Oops. It's okay. That would have led to a bit more damage. Lana strike. I still have 2 more attacks. Leon will finish it then. And there we go. Otherwise, it would have been moving those 3 characters away, then they come back to fight the next turn. But there we are. Okay. So, Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found this video useful to you. And on that note, Nitro out.